So hello everyone, thank you for joining today. Probably you've seen that we've launched a new version for the overlay editor and the viewer, and this new version comes with a bunch of improvements, features and bugs. So the first thing is we've moved to the server side rendering, so everything now is much faster. Probably that's the first thing you notice, and I know people do not complain when things are faster. So yeah, so everything is much faster right now regarding the virtual tours. Another thing that we've added in the tour, in the editor, is things like drag and drop. So for example, we are in panel number 15 and I want to connect with panel 4 besides the arrow. So yeah, let's say I don't have the navigation. Well, what I can do now is just go to panel 4 and just drag and drop it, and that will create a type of a hotspot. It's a navigation hotspot, and it automatically adds it back, so you get to this connection back and forth by just drag and dropping from the panel list. And the nice thing inside here is that this image inside is the next image, so you get to see the next image. Now I think we had a feature when we were developing where this image was automatically updated when you were dragging it, and I don't see that working now. So anyway, we'll fix that later. That's part of the bugs. But anyway, it works. And another feature is that, so we are on panel number 4, and we have added multiple hotspot types, and these are like more of a vanilla version. Like, there is no taste to them, but yeah, you can customize them and make like look to the project that you are working on. Now I like to make these bigger. Now when you make them bigger in here, they are bigger in here also. So that's not a bug. It seems that these are linked to the one in here. So yeah, that's the reason. And another thing is, before it used to be like when you were clicking on a panel link hotspot, you were not able to connect. Like we were opening the settings. Now we have added a button like a setting button here, and then by clicking on it, actually takes you to the next panel. So that's an improvement also. Yeah, so these were one of the most important features that we've added. There are a few more, like for example, in here, when I'm clicking in the kitchen, like I'm facing that direction. Now if I want to change to, let's say, that direction, you can just now click on set FOV, and that will reset the angle we are looking in for the menu. Prior to this click of a button, you had to delete and then add it back, the menu. So that's again an improvement on working with the menu. So besides that, there are little things that we've worked on, and yeah, you will discover them. Now, what I really love about this new version is that we have added support for CSS. Now, we had support for CSS for everything in the editor besides the hotspot. And I can show you how your tours, come on. Oh, okay, where is it? Okay, so this is an hotspot that I've customized. So I've changed the icon when you click on it. I've customized it. Before the close button was here, was round. I move it outside. I've added a blue line on top, a blue line on the bottom. I've changed the button, and now the button has a bit of effect. So I was able to do all these changes with some CSS code that I've added to the hotspot. And yeah, you can see it in here, the CSS. Now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna create some CSS recipes. If you don't know, this is our website where we add all the CSS recipes that we have, and you can just go into one of them, and then so let's say the top menu, no, side menu, we have 6 recipes by now, and you can just go in, and then now, this one has a bit more of a setting, but most of them you can just go in, copy, and this one. So let's say this is how it looks on mobile, and after we apply the CSS, this is how it looks on mobile. So it's just a copy paste, and will give you this different view of the plugin. Now again, I will go ahead and create, and this is how it looks on mobile. So we also have control of, okay, what we're gonna do on mobile, because we cannot have this close button on the side on mobile. So I will go ahead later today or tomorrow and break all these changes that I did in here into individual recipes, and then put them on our site, and then you can just go ahead and pick whatever settings and then build your own custom hotspot. Now, my idea about the CSS customization is that later on we're gonna have someone, we're gonna hire someone that's good on design and someone that's good on CSS, and then have them work together and create templates. So all you'll have to do if you want to create use one of the templates, you just go to a tour. Okay, so this one doesn't have a tour, so you just go to overlay templates, and if you have your own template, you can apply your own template, but we will have some go-through templates, and then you just apply a go-through template and everything is there. So you just clone hotspots, and they will keep maintain or copy the hotspots and maintain the same look and feel, and just edit things in the menu. So yeah, I think it's gonna be easier for everyone. Okay, so we went through a small demo of the new additions to the editor reviewer. So next, what I'm gonna do is recreate this this simple overlay and see how I do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with a blank version, and you can have, I don't know if you know or not, but okay, this is not my tour, so this is the tour I want to work on. So I'm going, usually if you don't have anything for a tour, you can just click on the overlay editor. In this particular case, I have a few versions in here, and I'm just wanna create a new. So we support multiple overlays for the same tour. So you can, yeah, this way you can offer multiple things to your clients. And you can create a new version by just clicking create new overlay. Now, when I'm gonna click create new overlay, it's gonna copy what we have in the main version and create a new. So this is live session 2, let's say, and probably somewhere here has been added. No, yeah, I think, yeah, after we create it, we just show up in the list and we have to go and click edit on it. Yep, so it's a copy of what we had. I'm just gonna go ahead in the active plugins area and delete everything from here. Okay, so now we have a blank tool, and the first thing is you would like to change the general settings. So this is the title. So when you share on Facebook, this is what we're gonna show. No, that's that. And then description, again, description will show up on the Facebook, wherever you're sharing it. The image by default go through will take a snapshot of the first image and use that when you share it. But if you want to change it to something else, you can just upload your own image in here. Then you can change the favicon. Yeah, the favicon is the one that is displayed in the browser, and the first panel. So we can say, okay, let's start in the front of the building, and I'm just gonna go for an easier navigation to the panel list and zoom out and just go to my first panel. So let's say we start the tour here, and then we go to the settings and create first panel. That will reset the tour to have this as the first panel. Like one thing that I do when I'm working, because when you work on an overlay, you usually work with your client. So it's not, you don't work by itself. Your client has to provide you feedback. So what I usually do is I'm just going and creating a Mapbox plugin. So I'm adding the Mapbox plugin, and then whenever my client sends me feedback, they provide me with a link. So let's go ahead and activate this overlay. So let's say I'm getting for my client, okay, the menu of this tour will gonna be front, and this is the first panel for the front. So let me, so usually this is what you get from your client, like front. And then okay, so this one is let's say main, copy this, same main cooking area. Yeah. So my client will provide me all this. Now, when I have to edit, I'm just clicking on this because sometimes you have really big tours and it's really complicated to figure it out. Like, okay, where is the edit that my client wants to do? So you just go ahead, copy or open the link where the client has a comment. You go there, you have the map, you know exactly where that edit is, and you can just click in here and say, okay, my client wants this edit. So in our case, we were working on creating a side menu. And let's add the logo. And let's add the first panel and say front. That's what they wanted. Oh, front. And then the next one link will be this one. And we're gonna just click and say main cooking area. So this is how you usually work with your client. You use and when the project is done, you just go ahead and delete the Mapbox plugin. And this way, you don't have it in your project because you don't need it there for this project. That's just like a way for you to work with your client. So we have a few menu entries, so let's go ahead and add a few more. This is, let's say, meeting area, menu, scroll down, and so this is a borscht. So let's go ahead and add the borscht. This is correct. BOS. Yeah, so that's the correct borscht. And Thermador. It's still Thermador. I can figure out what this is. Let's say it's LG, even though it's not. Okay, so we have a menu in here. Now, whatever go through has in here is more like a bland version. It's like not the best settings. We can go ahead and customize and make it look a bit nicer. Now, what I like is a bit more darker images. Just go ahead, make it dark, and we put a bit of transparency and change the text color to white. Now, if you want, you can go ahead and put some gradient, and you can change how things will look like. Just gonna stick with black. Let's change the hover color. Oh, it already looks a bit better. than what we had. Now, most of the times when you are adding a logo to in here, is the logo is like touching the border of this section. Now, what I like for those cases, I'm just going to the recipes, to the side menu, and I have the add padding to the logo. Copy this and then go back and add the style, and that will add some padding. Now, in my case, it's not looking good, but in some cases you need to add that padding, and you can play in here with values. Yeah, 60% will make it the logo smaller, 90%. Yeah. Oh, we don't need it, but in this case, but that's how you do it. Another nice feature about the menu is that we can create the submenus. So let's say I want to create a submenu for all the stoves. So I'm just gonna go to the menu list, and we support multiple type of menu. One is the panel, one is the hotspot, a link. This would be a link to an external website, and a text. So this is just a text. It has nothing to do. It not does anything besides a text. So we're just gonna put here and put stove, and the list is draggable, so you can just drag and drop, and then all these companies, we can just move them in by clicking on this in button. And now we have this menu with the submenu. So let's go change the color to yellow. Yellow looks good on black, on warmer yellow, something like that. Okay. So now we have all this, and we can close it. Like if you have multiple submenus, like we have it that it opens, like if you have something else open, it automatically closes when you open a new one. And I've seen people like CSS customizing the submenu, the color of the submenu. I think we have something on the CSS recipe side menu. Now in this particular I'm coloring just one to a different color. Now this is the child 10, so we don't have 10 elements in here. So we'll put child 3, let's say. Oh, because it's child 3, there are 2 elements in here. Like we're gonna have 2 of these. So anyway, I will have to update and create a CSS recipe that focuses only on the submenu. But you can easily see, you just copy and paste some code, and then you add these new functions in here. Now, if you know CSS, then good for you. You're gonna do really good and implement really nice customizations. So we have this. Okay, no problem, Niels. That is working with the menu, and let's go ahead and create a hotspot here. Click on the plugin manager and add the hotspot in here, and let's change it to this one. make it bigger, change the color, and change this color here. Hello. And make this like this. Okay, so now we have a hotspot that stands out a bit more. And so the main color is this one, and we're gonna put it in yellow. Yep, so something like that. Okay, so next we're gonna add an image, and usually I like the image top. Image side, image left is good, but we need a bit more improvement because on mobile it doesn't look good. So on mobile we have to actually switch from image left to image top because you don't have enough space to have text and image on the side. So that's still to implement. Then you just add the images from your gallery. Now, gallery, it's in your asset manager, and you just drag and drop images. We support the JPEG and PNG. And then click here and add this image. And we can add multiple images. And when you add multiple images, you have this slideshow of images. Now, yeah, this section is pretty small, so we would like to make the whole hotspot width a bit bigger. And actually, I don't like the hotspots to have this transparency in here. So I'm just gonna remove the transparency. And then we just gonna put some text in here. Let's say LG stove, and is the best stove on the market. Okay, so we put some text. Now again, this is a very vanilla version of a hotspot, and I really encourage you to customize your hotspots. As I showed you in the other one, but even like we can click, like whenever you have a text, you just click on the text and you will notice that this new bar appears up here. So we're gonna click on here, and let's say we're gonna change to Roboto and make it bold. And this one also Roboto. And maybe increase it to 16, the size, and have this to 22. Okay. Now another new feature that we added, it's a full screen for the hotspot. I think we're gonna move it on the left side of the close button. As you see, the close button, it is not very intuitive. It doesn't look too nice. And we can, I think, steal some code from my unreleased recipes. I just have to find it. And I'm gonna just copy everything from here and paste it inside here. Let's change the background color to gray, like this, and the text color to white. So already it looks better. Now we can one thing that we used to have, we don't have it anymore, is the Berlin hotspot. And basically the Berlin hotspot had an top color line. We don't need that because we can just use the CSS to customize that, and I can do that from, this is the button, and I think this is the one. So and I'm just, it's media. I'm just gonna remove the bottom. This is the bottom. So now we don't have the blue line here anymore. Now if we want to move the button a bit more to the left, you just go to here. This is the button, and you say okay, right, and the right is gonna be 10, no, let's say 5. And okay, so one thing that I just noticed, at the bottom is my CSS is affecting also these buttons. So probably we'll have to work a bit more on the CSS and make sure I'm not affecting these buttons when I'm modifying the close button. Anyway, so this is how you add an image to the hotspot and some text. And yeah, besides that, we support a few more hotspot types. We have a simple one, HTML, video, and for the video we support YouTube and Vimeo. Now, if you have a subscription for Vimeo, then I prefer Vimeo because you don't have all the advertising from YouTube. Let's go ahead and just steal the video from this one. Copy this.
My name is Nico Decino. I'm the executive chef here at Lux Appliance Studio. Today I'll be featuring the Thermidor Culinary Center. I'll be making for you a braised butter tomato.
Close this and add it. And when you add it, you just have to click refresh. And
my name is Nico Decino.
You will notice is that we maintain that, so the settings you had on that gets maintained on this one. Let's make the video a bit bigger. But again, usually the way you work is that you create a more like a vanilla version and you do some settings, and then you provide that to your client, and then the client starts providing you feedback. Like, okay, I want to change that, change this. And again, the working with the map for that part of development it's very important. So margin top, I would say 5 or 7. Yeah, something like this.
My name is Nico.
So that's how you add. So in this particular case, we haven't used a copy function like this, and that's why the settings are not the same. But if you want to, if you set up one hotspot, and then all you have to do is just click copy, and we can name it. Okay, 1 second. This is the one, and we're just gonna delete these, change the video, put in the YouTube, load, and and scroll down to width and height. So we just reuse. So it's all about reusing what we already had. Okay, so that. Now another thing that I would love to add, and usually I'm adding it, is a control bar. The control bar can be used for adding background music, and I like to add the buttons like separately, like this. So yeah, you can modify, you can add extra buttons in here, yeah, and that will do a link to an external website or something like that if you want to add extra things in here. And you can remove button easily. Now, if a button is not used, like we don't have a map, then we, even though this is active, we don't display the button because there is no map. So the sound, and now the sound, if you add a sound and you want the tour to automatically start with a particular sound, you need to add the splash screen. And when you close the splash screen, that's when the sound will start. Let's go ahead, and actually I have created some okay, checking where I have that splash screens. Okay, so I have created a few help screens for the splash screen. I'm just gonna go ahead and upload a few of them in here. And these are the splash screen that probably my idea is we're gonna have in here in the asset manager a global section where you can go ahead and select something that I've uploaded for everyone to use. So in this particular case, I'm gonna use this splash screen. So I'm just gonna, I have selected this, and then we add image and click on here. So in this splash screen, we explain, okay, you have a side menu, you can click on it, drag the image, you have a map. No, again, we don't have a map in here, but we're gonna have like one version without a map. So that way you can, yeah, we're gonna have a different version with like we're missing the navigation, the control bar, we're missing the menu. Yeah, so for example, this one is just like click on the hotspot, and this one we change a bit the colors to a gray. This one is in German. So my idea is again, I can have the PSD for all these for this, and then if anyone wants this PSD, so they can customize the help for the for the tour, I can provide it, and this way you can have a custom help page. So yep, we have that, and then we're gonna need to add a button in here and start the virtual tour. And again, this is customizable, but I'm just gonna change a bit the color, put it on the yellow, make the font a bit bigger, bolder. And now lots of people are asking me, okay, how do you play with all the fonts? Like we support Facebook, not Facebook, Google free fonts. So every font in here is available on Google. And what you can do is just go to Google Fonts and type the text you want. Start the virtual tour. No, that's searching. Type something. Okay, so now you see all the fonts, and then you scroll down through them, and once we see the one that we like, so when I like Bebas new, so let's go ahead back to the tour, and no. This is, I think, the same font that I've used here. Now the tour has a splash screen. Now, if you add a background audio to the control bar in here, just upload your MP3 file, and then you link it to the audio section here. Once you add it there, in the splash screen, when you close the splash screen, the audio will automatically start. Now we had to implement it like that because browsers are blocking auto play. So when you open a website, the website is blocked by default by the browser to play the audio, and you want to change that. Like the user need to say, okay, yes, I want to play audio. But we did it like a trick where, in order to start audio, you have to click on start the virtual tour, and that acts like as a click, and the audio starts. Yeah, so I think this is like the minimum regarding what you can do with the overlay editor. We support multiple languages, and you can add in here your own language. We can export your and the way I like to work with the languages, you create the whole tour in one particular language, all the text in, and then you export it. We provide you a text file, and then you edit that text file to the other languages, and then upload it back. You click import, select the file, and everything will change. Like, we will replace. So you don't have to go through each element and modify the text and search for it. That's a lot of time that you have to spend if you're gonna do that. Yeah, so lots of things that allows you to make you productive and save time. Now, I think cover most of the things that I wanted to cover. If you have questions, this will be the time to start shooting me, like when the bugs are I'm gonna fix, and when other features will be implemented. So any questions?
Al, yeah,
Yes.
what you've done is absolutely brilliant. It looks very, very good. Not quite question, not quite relating to the setup.
Okay.
I've got a client with 5 different business premises, and he's interested in having one tour with the 5 business premises. Is that something that this can do?
Yes. So all you have to do is just click on the panel list, and then we have an ad in here.
Right.
Now add tour, and then you get all your tours in here.
Yes.
And you can add as many tours as you want, and then you will see them in here. In this particular case, I've just added 2 extra panoramas.
Yeah.
And then you can just go to the menu and say, okay, add view from air. So this is an image I've shot with the DJI. This is my home here, I think. Yeah, this is one. So I've shot with the DJI Mini, and I was comparing the DJI Mini with the DJI Pro Mavic 2. Like, it's okay, yeah.
Was there much difference?
I find the colors are more vibrant in the Mavic Pro 2 than Mini. But again, Mini is really portable. Like, it's easy, very easy and portable. And also the advantage of the Mini is that you don't need to have a license.
No, indeed, yeah.
So
it's not as robust in a wind, is it? You have to choose your day carefully, I imagine.
I haven't played with it. Like, I bought it because IOC wanted some images in Tokyo from the drone, but even if I had a mini drone and I was in Tokyo and they needed me to have some medical things done from the government of Canada, and because of COVID they never sent me that, so I couldn't fly the drone. So and I couldn't use it, but I just did a test.
It's a shame.
It was a shame, but it's a lot of things you have to pass through. Like, going to Tokyo, I felt like I'm going to the Mars. It will be soon. I will be in February. I will be in Beijing.
Really? Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and they want me there for 2 weeks. So it's gonna be a lot of work. I still haven't finished working on the Tokyo project. Yeah.
I know you have many fingers and many pies, don't you? You're working hard.
Yeah. It's we have the Go Through project, Tourmaker project, some photography projects on the side, working on the VLoom, and we have something really awesome coming next year that hopefully will change the virtual to reality world. We will see. Can't talk too much. But we are close, very close to that product being ready. So lots of stuff and not too much time.
No, indeed. Well, good luck with all that. It sounds really exciting.
Yep. Any other questions?
Not from me, thank you.
Okay, then no one have any other questions, then I would say we'll close the session, the live session today. Thank you for joining and watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube feed, and use your Go Through account at fullest. It's an amazing product and will help you make money. Okay, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.